This is to teach you how to educate. Are you ready to go through a workout? Today we're going to be talking about the core concept, diabetes, and I'm just going to give you an overall explanation of diabetes, okay? And this is an explanation that I would use in the conversation that I have with a prospect as I'm going through the FAQ, okay? So let's just cut to the chase and get to it. So diabetes, okay? So there's two different types of diabetics. You're either going to have a type 1 diabetic, which means that they're born a diabetic and they're insulin dependent. Okay, so this person cannot survive without insulin, and this is not something that we can fix with our program. The other type is a type 2 diabetic. Okay, type 2 diabetics, they get diabetes over time. Okay, and the reason this happens is when you're born, your pancreas is genetically coded to release a certain amount of insulin throughout your lifetime. When you have diabetes that runs in the family, more than likely you're going to have the genetic code, okay, that is going to be programmed with less insulin. The problem that's typically stacked on top of that genetic code is that people have really bad eating habits. And so what happens is they might only eat 1 or 2 meals a day. Now, what happens inside the body when you're only eating 1 or 2 meals a day? You have to understand that when you go 18 hours, 20 hours without eating a meal, and you eat a high carb meal, high calorie meal, it's like your body becomes what's called carb sensitive. It's like not drinking alcohol for a while and then having a drink. You're going to feel it. So when you don't eat for 18 hours and your body receives all those sugars, all those carbs, that high calorie meal, your blood sugar goes through the roof. Okay? And your body, right now it's carb sensitive, so it typically overreacts and it tells the pancreas release too much insulin. And so it overworks the pancreas. Well, guess what? If you're genetically coded with less insulin throughout your lifetime, because diabetes runs in your family, what's going to happen is your pancreas is going to eventually not going to be able to keep up. And that's when the doctor typically says, oh, looks like we're pre-diabetic. We're going to have to put you on some medication. And they typically get put on metformin. Now, at this point, it's still reversible. Okay, if they start exercising, eating right, you can definitely get them off of metformin. If they don't change their exercise habits, their eating habits, what's going to happen is eventually they're going to get on insulin. And when they get on insulin, I tell people, look, this is no joke. Every day you're sticking yourself with needles, checking your blood sugar. Nobody wants to go through that. Not to mention insulin these days. I don't know if you've priced insulin. You probably haven't because you're not on it. Not yet. But it's $600 to $800 a month for insulin. Okay? It's definitely not a road we want to go down. So we can fix it. So when someone first gets on insulin, the pancreas is still typically producing a little bit of insulin at this time. We can still reverse that. Okay, guys? I've had a couple one time who was type 2 diabetics for 20 years. Literally helped them with a diet that would control their blood sugar, put them on an exercise program. 2 weeks later, they had to stop taking insulin. So I've seen it firsthand. Now, they can get to a point, if they neglect this for too long, if they get to a point to where their pancreas stops producing insulin 100%, they become what's called insulin dependent. And at that point, they cannot survive without insulin. It's not reversible. Okay, so understand diabetes, understand which questions to ask. Okay, type 1, type 2, does it run in the family? And be able to give that explanation so they can understand it. Because guess what? If they just got on metformin and you explain that, that's going to create a little urgency in this sale. These people are going to see, oh my God, I don't want to go down that road, spend $600 a month, stick myself with a needle every day. This program can stop that from happening. You're going to get people to sign up that day who either have diabetes or maybe diabetes runs in their family. So use this core concept. I hope you guys got some value from this. Look for some more videos of other core concepts. You guys have a great day.